Welcome to another Born to be Wild NZ adventure. My name's Saxon and I absolutely love the outdoors. Join my friends, family, of course Arti and I as we explore our country's unique landscape and search for a variety of game animals and fish and make some amazing memories that we'll never forget, both on top of and underneath the water. I plan to showcase as much of our incredible backyard as I can, along with the amazing animals that call it their home. On this hunt, I'm joined by Tasman, a keen hunter, adventurer and all-round outdoorsman from New Zealand Wild Adventures. We're headed into a bit of public land that's completely new to the both of us. Follow along as there's some exciting close encounters, cover some pretty big Ks field on the game that we hunt, and little do we know what was about to take place was going to be one of my biggest hunting highlights yet. Truly one for the books. But as with almost all great hunts, we're going to get a big slog out the way first.
What have we seen, mate? What's going on?
5 minutes of glassing and Saxon's spotted our first animal for the trip.
Although these hinds were super cool to see, they were well out of our reach, so we kept pushing on. Oh, well, that's exciting. We've just found our four deer from before and then spotted another stag about 200 yards away, 250 yards maybe. He's a tidy looking animal. Looks like he's just sitting down now actually, or might be walking off, is he, Tasman?
I can't see him.
Walking off, I think. But very cool though, young animal, lovely potential. Certainly one will leave. Howdy. Well, Tasman almost just had a heart attack. We just poked over and you just see it. Look at that, there's a pair of antlers. But this is what we're looking at. So I've got an arrow in as well. That's how convinced I was.
I mean, it could just be a sleeping stag.
Yeah. Look at that, that'll get you going. It's awesome.
But, like, he's been here a while.
He has been here a while.
Manky.
Nice.
Disgusting.
Oh, if we get hungry, we can hook into that, Tasman.
Lovely little country.
So we found ourselves a great wee campsite, and Tasman's going to try and sort out his, a spot for his hammock. Just trying to find a rock or something he can ping off of. Now I'm going to just put my tent over here. We've got water handy as well, which is awesome. We were a bit worried about that earlier on. But yeah, set up our camp, have a feed. I haven't eaten yet, other than a couple of pieces of licorice. And then we're going to be, into it hopefully. Catch up some of these animals we've seen earlier. So what's the story here, Tasman? What are you trying to do? You're trying to find a spot for you?
Stupid idea.
Trying to anchor his hammock off of a tussock.
Yeah, something like that.
Pretty awesome craftsmanship that Tasman whipped up last night in 3 hours, eh? Cool walking stick out of a bit of remu.
Welded up these the other day out of stainless steel.
So those are anchors for your hammock, aren't they?
So you just got to whack those in the garden and then have two strings going up to this stick that I made.
Yeah.
And then the hammock will swing off.
Just straight off of there.
Up over to the tussock.
Yeah, awesome. I was
So
keen to see how it goes.
see how quickly it falls down.
yeah. We won't fall far. Yeah, that's a good thing.
My not tying ability.
That's awesome. Just a bit of tussock, eh?
You're right. And this comes out here. That's all my way.
Is it?
Excellent.
Alright, here's for the test.
You can break in half on the first test. My butt is off the ground.
Awesome. It looks great. It's cozy as.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't have anything quite as extravagant as a hammock, but set up my tent, refueled from our walk in, and we both set off for an afternoon hunt. About 200 metres from camp we spotted these two hinds, so we thought why not, being so handy we'll give it a crack. "25th of April, we've just heard a roar below us, that's pretty awesome. Quite late in the season. Unfortunately, the hinds were nowhere to be seen, but something else presented itself. Got a real funny wee spiker just came steaming down the shingle scree off his house, and he's just on a mission. Let out a couple of wee hind calls. Still sort of the raw, so you never know what could happen. He might come along. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff. And just like that, he roared in. I quickly grabbed my bow, snuck down the hill, got myself into a good shooting position, and let him do the rest. He's super interested in the hind calls, eh? Yeah, baby!
Yeah?
Drilled him!
Happy with it?
Hey?
Happy with it?
Oh, yeah, I'm happy.
Nice!
Oh, that was just amazing. Got Tasman up there on the camera. I've just poked down about 20 metres. And the hind calls worked a treat, and the spiker just came right in, 20 yards, arranged him, and bang, slipped an arrow through, hopefully, both lungs. But he looked pretty crook when he rang off, so let's go find this arrow, find a blood trail.
Excellent.
And spike on the ground on the first day. Woohoo! Here we go. Here's my arrow. So stoked to find that. And what have we got going on? Good blood. Yeah, she's a good dog. Straight onto his fresh trail. Good at what she does. A wee bit of blood starting to show. And there's his fresh marks coming through here, obviously. So we've got a skid here, so it's just showing that he's starting to lose it a wee bit. We've got bugger all blood that we've been following, to be completely honest, but really easy to follow this fresh trail along the beach leaves and shingle. So
Yeah, too easy.
and then, I didn't realise he was right there. Oh, he's right there. I thought you were meaning around the corner.
No, literally right there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he didn't make it far.
No.
What's that, 50 metres or something?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, what a beautiful wee spiker, eh? We're just going to try and drag this wee fella out into the open a bit.
Yeah, hardly any blood trail, but Arti was straight onto it. Didn't make it far at all.
I'm not gonna win here.
Oh, nice. Doing a great job.
So that was just an awesome start to our trip, wasn't it, Tasman? It was pretty perfect. Yeah. We spike it to come right in like that, and it just means that we're going to have something pretty tasty tonight, doesn't it?
Super tasty.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect animal.
Nice animal on the deck to start it off, and then yeah, so we'll hook into this. Real handy walk back to camp. We're only about 200 metres away from camp, to be honest, so it couldn't get much better.
Do you love our camp animals?
Yeah, yeah. And yeah.
Not too big as well, so it shouldn't be too hard to carry out.
No, that's right. What do you mean? They don't get much bigger than that. No, I'm joking. With it being so handy to camp and in such good eating condition, we made sure to strip everything off this young spiker. Back legs, back steaks, eye fillets and front shoulders. Very little left to waste before carrying on to see what other action we could find. So cool to see the amount of animals we're seeing. We just spotted another young stag and a hind, and yeah, we 8-pointer. Very cool to see. Just poked around the corner and there's a brown body. It's a deer. I don't know what it is, but we're just going to go and see if we can get in for the camera. And I've got enough meat, so I don't think we'll take a shot, but we'll have a good look anyway. he is, 35 yards. What did he come into, Tasman?
Oh, what, 5 yards?
5 yards. Pulled him right in. That was amazing. Such a cool encounter. Enough meat on the deck, eh? Didn't meet him, but amazing what that wee hindcock can do.
That was really cool. The spree running.
Can't see any eggs.
Rightio, there's our big bag of venison there. All sorts.
15, probably good 15, 20 kilos.
Nice. On here. Load that into there.
There's a little bit of warmth in there, so we'll cool it down later.
Yeah. Perfect. Back to our camp.
Now I was pretty blown away here. Master Chef Tasman really went all out as per usual. The mincer came out along with the chopping board, kitchen knife, tins of tomatoes, block of cheese, nacho chips, assortment of flavours and spices, mushrooms, onions, and can't forget the big bottle of cream to have with the coffee. Our walk-in wasn't that short either. I'd hate to know what his pack weighed.
Oh. Bit of butter in there.
You want some salt? Just like lay it on top. Oops.
As good as it looks? Yep.
So here we go. Oh, it's by far the best whole food I've ever had. Cheers, Tasman. Awesome. Good morning. Another cracker day by the looks of it. See the stars out there just coming to life with the coffee. Oh, yeah, it's time to try and drag Arti out of the sleeping bag, which is a lot easier said than done.
Good girl. Come on. Oh. Yeah, good start. I don't even know how to work with that.
Tasman's pulled through with the cord, replaced the new laces.
Away we go. Ow.
You spotted Tasman.
Just a wee young stag. Probably like 6 or 8.
The wind was a real nightmare. It made any hunting pretty difficult, let alone filming.
I'll do the pass part.
Oh, nice.
Camp is somewhere off in the distance, that far peak, and we've made our way along this leading ridge, glassing. But yeah, we've just poked over to the back, just looking to that back catchment. Seen a few animals, but nothing too extravagant. Oh, great news, we've finally just found another species to add to the list. We found a pig, so we'll get the camera on that. Black pig across the gully from us, which is really exciting.
So the plan is, I'm going to make my way down the shingle scree, into the creek, up the other side, and use this big shingle here, just to make my way through, missing all the scrub. And I'm going to dip down, hopefully the pigs are still there, and that little bit of shade by the time I get there.
Just coming down that first shingle screen now, there's no wind, so with a bit of luck that means this opposite face has got a good thermal rising up on it.
Got over to the other side just to hear that wee crosswind that's coming across clipped them, so yeah, it's one thing with pigs. Got bugger all eyesight, but their smell's just incredible. Tasman's up on that other ridge. I'm going to walk back down to the gully and up onto that saddle and meet him there.
We've had a pretty decent climb up and finally things are starting to die down on the wind section, which is amazing. We're just poking over into a catchment that we haven't seen yet, the other side of the main range. Been a wee while.
How's that after almost no water all day?
Much better now. That's pretty hard.
Good effort.
Well, that's awesome. We've done a fair amount of stomping around without seeing any animals, and we finally just spotted Tasman's just spotted a stag, and then another stag's popped out, and they've even had a wee tuss away. So, are they? So we're hooking into it? Oh, cool. Oh, it's good to see some life anyway.
Certainly still away from wee way away from camp. Got our camp up in the distance here. We're going to make our way down this sort of leading ridge. So hunt into the back gullies here and then make our way back up the stream.
Tasman's just spotted what seems to be a fairly decent stag with a bit of age, so yeah, we'll try and make our way in and just get some cool footage in. You never know what could happen, so worth the crack. He's nice. He's got good length.
I kept nice and low and used his antlers as a bit of an indicator. Every time I moved a bit of shingle, his antlers would swing around, and I made sure I was sitting just low enough so I couldn't see his head. I'd wait till he goes back to feeding, and then I'd move a little bit further again. Keep closing the gap slowly. I was so nervous, my heart was pounding through my chest. Every time I seen those antlers swing around, I was getting more and more excited, and all I wanted to see was that arrow land on the money. This is a look of heartbreak. I was devastated. My arrow was certainly too far back. The adrenaline had got the better of me. But to my surprise, he had no clue I was there. Ran 30 metres and sat down feeling pretty crook. Tasman snuck in with the camera while I tried to get in position for my follow-up shot. I proceeded to close the gap to well within a comfortable range and let my arrow fly. He was facing away from me, so it was an incredibly awkward shot, but one I was confident had done the damage.
The beast is down. He is down. He's still got a tiny bit of life in him, so I'm gonna go grab Tasman and tell him the good news. Oh my god, dream come true. Dream come true. I really can't find the words to describe this, eh? I'm so stoked. Oh, I wanted to cry. I seriously did when I seen where my arrow went. I just thought, you muppet. Couldn't have cocked the shot up anymore. Gotta be honest with myself there, but hey, we got that other one in and just beside myself. I
I still haven't checked them out yet. Still haven't gone and have a look. So saving that so both of us can go in and witness it all happen. But yeah, just give them a chance to bleed out too a bit. Oh well, mate, what a nightmare. Yeah. Oh, just heartbreaking stuff. He's down! He's bloody down! I got him!
Down? No, you're kidding! Is he down? You're kidding! Oh, well done! I am thoroughly impressed. Well done!
I've just seen where he lay and I've just marked him on the map. But
mate, put it there.
Thank you very much.
I can see you shaking. Well done! Oh, that's incredible! I think we got a bit bigger than that.
See my arrow poking out there?
Yeah. Nah, he's done.
Yeah, done alright.
Well done.
Awesome! Awesome!
Oh.
He is a monster, man. Absolute monster. There's no ground trinket. You hang a ring on that?
Oh, no way! Oh, nice.
Wow.
That is wicked.
He is a lovely head.
That is nice. Yeah.
I thought there was going to be a bit of ground shrinkage, but no.
Yeah?
That's just amazing.
Yeah, definitely the biggest I've seen in person.
Okay, cool.
That is
Cool,
epic.
cool.
I was absolutely beside myself. It was the last thing I was expecting from this trip, but couldn't have been more stoked about it all. Beautiful old 12-point stag taken down with a bow on public land. A real dream come
just
true.
trying to build a form of structure so we can drag the stag over there and
So it doesn't
work
fall down the hill.
Yeah, working from there.
Watch out, Arti.
He's a huge stag. He has so much weight there. What do
Do you want to go after that?
Yeah. Alright, I'll go in here and I'll push. Oh well guys, here he is. We've just moved him down the hill and got him positioned, and yeah, the excitement hasn't worn off one bit. It still feels so surreal. Both of us, I think, Tasman. Yeah. We've both
So good.
shared a pretty awesome moment here. So
Yeah.
he's just a stunning animal, just an big old stag, and on public land in the South One country, and with the bow too. Unfortunately, it didn't go quite right with the first shot, but we got that second one in, and
The main thing is he didn't escape wounded.
yeah, that's right. I would have
That's
been.
the worst.
I was not happy. I was not happy walking down that hill. I was heartbroken, and then luckily he was just sat there and got it in. So it's just just
Incredible.
an amazing day, amazing trip. Hey.
Lovely animal. I'm stoked for you.
Yeah, thank you. But no, she's going to be an absolute grind on the
Yeah.
way back. Don't worry, we're not. That's a big wasp.
Yeah.
A big grind back to camp. But yeah,
We'll take as much as we can. We'll
We
take
will.
the legs and the backstage. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously the head and and the heart. I don't think I've touched that. Unfortunately, but that'll be dinner tonight under a nice fire. Eh?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to
Awesome.
me.
We'll hook into them.
Excellent.
So we've got the head prepared here, got the meat taken off, and Tasman's going to be a legend and take the massive pack while I've got the head and the bow.
Honestly, not too bad. We just took the back legs and the backstage. So the pack's probably around 30 kilos. So
Nice.
it's going to be a heavy pack out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too bad today.
Cool. And yeah, we'll be able to give him a test try tonight, eh? See how he tastes. Being,
Tasty.
recently
post-rut.
post-rut, so yeah.
I reckon
Should be interesting, but he didn't smell too bad, did he? So,
No, the meat's no smell at all.
Cool, awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Cool.
Not too slippery.
Nah, not
He
too
seemed
bad.
very confident before he finished it.
We're struggling to get down to the river a wee bit.
We bit bluffed up.
Yeah, came down to a stream before and it was just a massive, about 40-metre drop off. We found a way down. We think, eh? Yeah, looks sort of promising, but yeah, antlers in the tight scrub and a big heavy pack certainly doesn't help, but adds to the excitement.
Be careful with your antlers.
Navigating some questionable terrain. Well, that took some serious navigating, but we've got the river in sight, which is just amazing. But it's certainly not the end of our night yet. Still got a lot of walking to go. Not too far from where we shot the spiker the other day. About one gully over, so yeah, we are. Couple 100-metre climb and then back onto the saddle and then sidle back round to camp. I think both of us are feeling it a wee bit. What's the time, Tasman? She's bloody...
I don't know, probably like 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah, you can close that 10 o'clock, so
Pretty hard yakka.
going for a wee while. 11:15, we made it back
Tasman's been an absolute legend. Slogged the meat up from back where we shot the stag, and we've just arrived to an intact campsite after the fairly average winds we had today, which is good sign. Thought we were going to lose a sleeping bag or something, didn't we? But how do you feel? Nuts, of course you don't. Nuts. It's a bit late, but having a nice strong coffee before dinner. Well deserved one.
After a 17-hour day of beating the feet, a hot feed and straight into bed sounded a lot more appealing than trying to get a fire going in the wind.
So here we've got another stunning meal. Tasman's just minced up the stag from last night. Going to be interesting to try this, as he has just recently post-rut and an older animal. But it looks very tasty, it smells awesome. With a bit of noodles, of course, underneath, and my tent peg fork, because I can't figure out where I've put my fork. There we go, balancing act. It's really nice, isn't it? No difference. Like you say, tiny bit chewier, but
Succulent, no deer stag.
no smelly taste. I guess that's the way to put it. Very good, very good way to fuel ourselves for a big walk out.
Splitting up the meat into the packs between two animals.
Just take half of each animal each.
Saves one of us getting stuck with an older stag. Go for it. Pretty solid pack. Wooey.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Right, all packed up, ready to start our great big descent with some pretty solid packs.
Been easier walks out, eh?
Just the uphill bit, it's a bit grueling.
Yeah.
So we're just going to make our way down this ridge. Hopefully we can get through this sort of stuff here without it being too gnarly. And there's a scree here, which we're going to slip down into the stream, the main river, and then walk our way out, all the way out, and let it focus. And the ute is way over there in the distance. He is not too bad, but some of this bush certainly makes for a bit of a struggle getting the antlers and head through, and no doubt Tasman's rifle there, catching everything on its way. Almost May and getting a really good sweat going. Feels like the middle of summer. Alright.
The weight almost out. Just gotta go with the flow. Let gravity pull you down the hill. Woohoo! If you haven't already, please be sure to check out Tasman's channel. The adventures this man goes on are absolutely insane, well worth a watch. I'll leave the link to his channel in the description. Cheers for the great time, mate. Thank you to all you for watching and coming along on the journey with us. Until next time.